I'm going to show you 3 exercises you must do to overcome neck pain while cycling. I'm Aaron Robinette, head coach of Athletic Power Performance. I help athletes overcome roadblocks to improve your ability to enjoy your sport for longer and at a higher level. The first exercise I'm going to show you has 2 different versions. The first progression is a neck activator lying face up. With this first version of the neck exercise, the neck strengthening exercise, you want a towel, and I simply have a small towel like this. I fold it in half lengthways, and then what I want you to do is fold it this way, roughly about the width of your hand, so the width of your palm that way, and you want to fold it up to the thickness of your hand as well. So roughly get something that's roughly about the thickness of your hand the best you can. And then what you'll do, the position you want to be in, is laying face up with your knees bent. And then you want to place the towel under your head, right in the curve of your neck. And the excess of the towel you actually want down your back. If you do this the other way, so this way, the excess towel will actually lift your head up a little bit. Not too much, but it's something that you don't want. So you actually want this down your back instead. So try and get that in the best position possible. And then what you'll do is laying right here, you want your tongue in the roof of your mouth. That engages the proper neck muscles. I'm going to talk about that several times throughout this video, the rest of the video. But I'm going to talk through this so my tongue is not going to be in the proper position because I'm talking. But you want to make sure that that towel is right in the curve of your neck, and then you want to press your chin down into the towel. So I need to get myself in a little bit better position here. So you want to press down, so you're actually pressing against the towel. The purpose of the towel, the reason why the towel is being used, is often your head's going to be forward, so that curve is actually flattened out, but your head's going forward this way, so the curve's flattened out that way. You want to bring your head back, but you want to reestablish the curve also. If you were to just take your head and try and flatten the spine at your neck, you would actually just flatten your spine. You want a curve in your neck, so that's the reason for the towel there. So you're going to press, you're going to hold for a 10 count, and then you relax for a 10 count. And you want to do between 5 to 10 reps. Start with low reps, especially when you're using the neck. That's a very sensitive area, until you start building up. So 5 to 10 reps, 10 count hold, 10 count rest. To progress this exercise, after you feel like you're getting a little bit stronger, you want to use the same 10 count hold, but now you'll reduce your rest. So you do a 10 count hold with a 5 count rest. Progress all the way up to the point where you can take this to the next progression I'm about to show. The second progression might be a bit aggressive and problematic if you're not ready for it. So take this slow and make sure that you're ready and you go through the first progression first and really get your neck strong. The second progression of the neck exercise is called a wall lean. You're simply going to perform this 1 rep for a 30-second hold. To do this, you want a towel or something else that's soft. You want a wall, or in this case, I'm using the squat rack. You're going to place the towel between your head and the solid object, in this case, the squat rack. You want to be roughly about half a foot away from the wall. You're going to place the towel here, lean against the wall. I always like to take another half a step. So as you notice, my body is a little bit collapsed against the wall. You want to actually place your tongue in the roof of your mouth when you do this. I'm talking through this, so I'm not doing this properly. But from this position right here, you're going to activate your neck muscles in the back and lift up this way. So you're going to hold this for 30 seconds. And one of the keys, your heels don't have to be off the ground. In this case, I usually lift my heels, but just get a comfortable stance. The other key with this is once you're done, once the 30 seconds is done, lean back against the wall, step back towards the wall, and then come off the wall this way. Often what happens, especially as you're new to this, you get this almost a lightheaded sensation. So if you were to come off the wall this way, So you do the wall and then you just step up. There's a chance you can fall. So you want to make sure to prepare yourself for coming off the wall and you have that little bit of lightheaded or funny sensation. The second exercise is a prone cobra. This exercise incorporates your neck and your upper back. The key for this exercise is to perform each set for 2 minutes of a work phase. This allows you to develop your endurance you need to improve your cycling with your neck position and head position. This 2 minutes can be broken down either into 1 rep hold for 2 minutes, it can be 4 reps for 30 seconds, 8 reps for 15 seconds each. As long as the total work time adds up to 2 minutes without a substantial rest, you're performing this exercise with the correct variables to improve your neck and your upper back endurance to improve your neck pain while riding. The first progression of the prone cobra exercise, we're simply going to do this on the floor. So you're going to lay face down, and what you're going to do, so let me go and show you. So you're going to lay face down. What you're going to do is you're going to have your hands this way, and from here you want to bring your shoulder blades together and you want your thumbs going up to the ceiling. Now one thing I'll tell you, this isn't going to look exactly right. This is one of the areas I'm actually really tight on. I'm working on this, but the ideal is your thumb is actually going to go all the way up, pointing up towards the ceiling. You won't see this in this exercise when I'm showing you this, because like I said, that's an area I'm really tight on, but that's the ideal. So imagine that with the rest of this. So from here, what you're going to do is you're going to lift up and you want your head in neutral. So you're looking down, straight down at the mat. There's a tendency for people to want to lift their head up. So what we're trying to work through in this entire video to reduce your neck pain is we're trying to work through that you're on the bike, you're cycling, and you're rounded this way, so all your shoulders and everything is tight this way, and then you're having to lift your head up that way. That really is what's causing a lot of the neck pain cyclists face. So when you're doing this exercise and when you're doing a lot of these other things I'm showing you, make sure that the neck is actually in neutral alignment. Unless you're actually working on the neck, then we're working on the muscles in the back or whatnot. So you want to make sure that your eyes are down towards the mat and not looking out in front of you. If you start seeing in this exercise, you start seeing anywhere from 6 inches to beyond out in front of you, your head is starting to lift up and you're not holding good, proper alignment. So right here, eyes down, neck down. You also want your tongue on the roof of your mouth, as I mentioned in other exercises in this video, and that works the neck muscles that should be engaged during this. Performing the prone cobra on the ball is a bit more advanced than doing it on the floor. What you want to do is you want to make sure, at least as you're getting used to it, especially if you're not as comfortable on the ball as you might be after you really get some training, you want to make sure to have something that you can place your feet against. In this case, I'm using the base of the squat rack. The further up your body the ball is, the easier this exercise is. So as you're getting used to this from the ground going onto the ball, you may want the ball a little bit higher up. As you advance, you want to start rolling the ball down a little bit towards your hips, onto your legs to make this a little bit more challenging. So I'm simply just going to show the exercise. I'm not going for a full 2 minutes in this case. So right here, just like on the ground, you want to get your arms down to the side. You want to make sure your head is in neutral. You don't want to lift up. That really exaggerates the neck position or the problematic area that you would have with neck strain on the bike. So right here, head neutral, just look slightly in front of you. Rotate your thumbs up towards the ceiling and lift and hold. The other key thing here is keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. That really engages the proper neck muscles. Obviously, I'm not doing this in this case, but tongue on the roof of your mouth engages these muscles right here on the inner part of the neck. That adds to the ability to hold your neck in proper alignment. Failure to do that actually engages the big sternocleidomastoid muscles, and when these get tight and activated, they pull your head forward, which really is problematic for neck problems, especially cycling. The chest muscles often get tight with cyclists. This is problematic because when the chest gets tight, it pulls your shoulders forward. This in turn pulls your head and neck forward, which is out of postural position. The neck alignment causes you to strain your neck while riding. To combat this, the third exercise is actually the stretch, and this is a chest stretch that I'm showing you. With one of the versions of the chest stretch, this is called the doorway chest stretch. So usually you have a doorway, or you can have an object like the squat rack I have right here. You're going to place your arm in an L position. You want your upper arm parallel to the ground, and you're simply going to stand upright and then rotate this way. You want to make sure your neck stays, or your head stays in neutral. You don't want your head turning this way. I find that really reduces the effectiveness of the chest stretch. So again, this position right here, rotate your body, head neutral. Hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then relax. Stretch the other side. I always like to do 2 or 3 times per side. The other chest stretch I want to show you, it's a little different. You're stretching a little bit different portion of the chest than the doorway stretch. And this is going to be a pec minor stretch on the ball. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay your arm over the ball. You want your shoulder in contact with the ball. And from here, you actually want to press your shoulder into the ball. And the doorway stretch, you're actually stretching a little bit more of the pec major, so the bigger muscle. This stretch right here, it's going to be a little bit closer to the shoulder. So you feel it in the chest, but it's a very small segment. And it's a segment that, especially if you sit a lot, you ride a lot, and you're just holding your body in that position a long time, this gets really tight and really pulls the shoulders forward. It's a really good stretch for that. So arm over the ball, pressing your shoulder in. If you're not feeling the stretch from here, you want to adjust. So I see a lot of people, either the ball's too far forward or the ball's too far back. So adjust, and sometimes the position's a little different for people too. So if you notice my arm's all the way this way, if you find that you have it exactly the way I have it and it's not working, bring your arm a little bit forward. Try it that way. Or take the ball a little more forward and your arm this way. So play with it a little bit. But the key is arm over the ball, shoulder on the ball. Make sure your shoulder's not exposed, and you're pressing your shoulder into the ball. You want to hold this, you want to do this 2 to 3 times each side for roughly 20 to 30 seconds. And with the other stretch and this stretch as well, if you go beyond that, if you want to go 45 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, that's absolutely fine. Make sure it's a post-workout activity, so you're stretching at the end of the day, or you're not doing any activity anytime soon. There's a whole different protocol to stretching. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a video on that. But this is a post-workout stretch version, just the static hold. In this video, I'm just touching on a few key areas to reduce your neck pain while cycling. For more on improving your ability to cycle for your needs and your desires, check out my coaching programs at athleticpowerandperformance.com. That link is in the description below.